Welcome to my podcast. My name is William Stewart, MS Ambassador for the MS Society. On my podcast, this is a safe place where people that have MS have the opportunity to tell their story that people that don't know about their MS journey. So we're sharing to the masses today. My podcast will be on all platforms: Spotify, YouTube, Facebook, Instagram. Today, I'm talking with Erica. Erica, can you please introduce yourself and tell everyone when you were diagnosed with multiple sclerosis?
Hi, I'm Erica Abrams Clark, and I was diagnosed in 2016, in around September. Mm.
Okay. I was diagnosed in 2008. Yep.
But
Okay.
I've had symptoms since I was in my late 20s, but I ignored them.
So you had
That's
some
how long
sense.
it's been.
I mean, you didn't know what it was, right?
Right, I didn't know that's what it was. What I was experiencing, I thought was self-inflicted.
So so tell me, what were you experiencing?
I was experiencing numbness in my hands and feet.
Numbness, the
I
number one.
blamed it on the fact that I wore heels to work.
Okay.
So I kind of bagged up wearing heels every day.
Wearing flats. Okay.
Still no difference.
Okay.
My hands started having numbness and tingling, and I self-diagnosed that to be for me typing like I got carpal tunnel.
Okay.
So that was in my late 20s.
Really? Okay. Well, they
So
say, well, if you have multiple sclerosis, we didn't just get multiple sclerosis when we got diagnosed with it. We've always had multiple sclerosis since
right,
birth.
just my mother had she actually passed away from complications of lupus.
Oh, I'm sorry. Sorry to hear
So
that.
my mom had an autoimmune deficiency. So that was the only other person in our family that even had any autoimmune deficiency was my mom.
Yeah. 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 Yeah.
My brothers, the twins don't have MS. My no one else in my family.
Yeah. I always thought about that because I always said, they say her MS is not hereditary, but if we have MS, our children have a risk of
Hmm.
having some of the traits.
Yeah,
You know.
yeah, that is true. That's
Yeah.
true. But so far, none of my kids, because I constantly tell them, is something wrong? Go see about it. Don't do what I did, you know. Just kind of went on with life. And then by the time I was diagnosed, I had lesions on my brain and my spine. So from that, they could tell I had had MS for a number of years.
And it's always better when you catch it early. So did you play any sports when you were younger?
You know that I had played basketball for a little bit at
Okay.
Woodbury, and then what else
Okay.
I do? I was on a drill team, so that was
Okay.
it. I
Okay.
wasn't the most athletic person in the family.
Okay. I got you. So did MS change you after you after complications change you?
Yes, yes,
You
and
feel MS changed you as a
you
person?
try not to, but I had started isolating myself,
Yeah. Yeah.
not
Yeah.
wanting to go nowhere, not wanting people to see me,
Yeah.
not because people look at me and the one thing that I want individuals to learn more about MS is a question that well, not a question, but a comment you should not make to someone with MS.
Okay. And what's that comment?
You do not look like you got MS.
Yeah. Right.
What am
Right.
I supposed to look like?
Right.
So that's something I want people to educate themselves on and know that MS is just not something on the outside. It's from the inside.
Yep. Yep. I got you. I'm with you. I'm with
So
you.
you
You're
can look at
exactly
me
right.
and say that, but that kind of gets me when people say that. My response is, what am I supposed to look like?
Right. You're right.
So I started kind of isolating myself,
Yeah.
just wondering why me, which
I
is
think
so
that.
crazy that we
Yeah.
ask that, but we do.
You know
What
what?
did
My
I do?
grandmother, my grandmother taught me a long time ago. Instead of saying why me, say why not me? Why not me? It took me a long time to understand it at first, but after a while, it's like I guess I ain't that. I'm not that special that I shouldn't, get that or have that done. So why not me?
Yeah,
So
and that makes a lot of sense because it did take me a while to, like you
yeah,
say, own it. It took me a while to own it and to stop letting it dictate my life
yep,
because
yep,
that's what it started doing. You know, I couldn't work anymore. How devastating was that? You
right,
know,
right,
at that time I was what, 40,
yeah, yeah, yeah.
you know, and then they tell you you can't work.
Wow, yeah, I got you.
So again, that was hard on me,
Hmm.
not just
Hmm.
financially, but just as a adult, as a woman, so many things is being taken away from you. You stop
Hmm.
feeling yourself,
Hmm.
feeling like
Hmm.
yourself.
Yep,
And so
yep.
I had to learn to manage it and
Yeah,
not let
I
it
got you.
rule my life.
I got you. I got you with that, and I let it rule your life. I got you with that. When is your birthday?
August 6th,
August 6th.
my
What is that, Leo?
Leo.
Leo, that's what I was gonna say. Let me ask you this: if you can get back one problem that we have with multiple sclerosis, which one would you get? Because I would say being tired all the time. Fatigue. If I can get back fatigue with this being not being tired all the
Mhm.
time, I would. So which adversity would you get back if you could?
The daily pain will, the
Yeah.
constant, the constant hurting in my legs.
Yeah.
I have
Hmm.
arthritis in my back, the spasms in my back. But if I can
Hmm.
get back that everyday pain,
Yeah.
man, I would,
Yeah.
everything else I could do.
Yeah.
But
I
when you
got you.
wake
I got
up
you.
in the morning, that's the worst. The waking up. I can go to sleep.
Yeah. Yeah. Of course, because your
Boy,
body's
but when
tired. Yeah. Your body can surely go to sleep, but I get that it's harder to
trying to wake it
the
up,
opposite start up. Yeah. Jump started. Yeah.
that's jump
I got
start.
that. I got that. Well, have you ever had a vision problem having multiple sclerosis? Because I heard some people they go blind. They actually go
I
blind.
actually have uveitis in both eyes, and that's an inflammation disease that I developed with MS. And
Oh,
this is how I found out I have MS.
okay.
I was at work and there was a doctor sitting across from me. I was working in the ER, and all of a sudden, this whole right side just went dark. So I can only see out of my left eye. And it scared me so bad that I told the doctor, I said, I can't see you. And he thought I was playing. He's like, what? And he's laughing. I said, I can't see you. I said, my
Because he was
left eye
sitting on
works,
your right side.
but my
He
right
was.
eye don't work. I can't see you. Instantly, he jumped up and called the stroke team because they thought I was having a stroke.
Uh-huh.
And they put me in a room, checked that, took me, got scans and everything. No stroke.
Okay.
But then sent a neurologist down. And they sent me to main campus,
Okay.
the neurologist center. I end up
Uh-huh.
having Dr. Fox.
On Euclid.
And that's when they sent me there and they did.
Okay. So how long did that persist? How long?
Oh, I was in a hospital maybe 2 days. And then I had a follow-up appointment with Dr. Fox. And that's when me and my mom went. And he turned his computer screen around towards me and my mom, and he was sitting next to me, and he was just like, I have some bad news. He said, but you're going to be okay. And that's when he told me I had MS. My mom just bursted out in tears. I was in shock.
Yeah, yeah,
What? And it was hard.
yeah. I'm sure.
It was hard.
I'm sure it was. It was very hard for me. It was very hard for me. Right now, I got a hold of it now. Right now, man, I own it. Like we say, I own it now. But when I first got diagnosed in 2008, I didn't own it then. Yeah,
You
I didn't own
can't,
it
because
then.
you really can't wrap your brain at first
I'm like,
around
what
it.
the heck is going on?
Right.
I'm
Right.
like,
And
what
that's
the
how it
heck?
was. I was just like, how did I get this?
Yeah, I didn't ask for this. Yeah, I didn't ask for this.
I didn't ask for it.
Right. What medications are you currently taking for your multiple sclerosis?
Do you remember years ago, you had that conversation about medications? We were at Yo-Yo's barbecue, or we were at her bridal shower. It was one or the other. We were talking about meds.
Okay, I don't
That
remember.
time I was on Tecfidera.
Okay.
And
So
with
you
that, I actually read in, Dr. Fox had told me that after 5 years of being on Tecfidera, there is a greater chance of you having brain infection. So, yeah. So about a year ago, they took me off Tecfidera and what is that dang medication they put me on with? My memory is not that good. I'll get to it. Vermicity or something like that.
Oh yeah. I heard that one.
Okay.
That one too.
So they
I
put
just
me
saw the
on
commercial.
that. And again, there's no cure for MS. The medications are to slow the progression. Because I have the same MS that you do. I have RRMS.
Yeah.
So
Me too.
the medication to me will honestly, if you want my honest opinion, and we're here to be vulnerable and honest,
Yeah.
I don't really think that medication does it. I really don't. Well,
Yeah.
which I take it because the professionals say take it. And then they'll go and we'll see what happens. Well, now, before I didn't have to have physical therapy. Now I have to go to physical therapy twice a week.
Twice a week.
Drop foot.
Drop foot. So what do they do? Okay, so we're
Right
right
side.
there. On your right side, you said, yeah, because on my right side too. Well, that is so ironic that it's on everyone's right side. It's just on a lot of people's right side. So what do you do? Your physical therapist do for you for foot drop?
Well, I do the strengthening with bands.
Oh, with the
And
bands.
then, then I up and down steps
Yeah.
because they want to, they want me to lift up and not drag my right foot. And like I say, I don't have to have a device to walk yet, only when I have a relapse.
Oh, I was just about to ask you, do you have a AFO brace like for your legs so you won't have so it can help you to not have drop foot? I
Well,
have too.
after the end of this session, which is, I think it'll be like the end of May,
Okay.
if it's not better, if it's not, the strength doesn't come back, and then I'm gonna have to have a mechanism, on my leg, Mhm.
I got do you you said you don't have, do you have any accommodations at home or work to help you manage MS?
Like my apartment, in my apartment, things to help me
Yeah.
daily.
Yeah.
Hmm. No, I'm
Okay.
I'm pretty good with, being able to take care of myself, unless, like you said, when I have a
At home.
relapse,
Yeah.
I have to have help, which is, one of my kids, or, my fiance, Omar, I have support.
Okay.
And that's what's important, support.
What are some strategies that you use to manage stress that comes with multiple sclerosis?
Ooh-wee. Honestly, I have an antidepressant because I do struggle with depression.
Okay.
I've managed it. You know why? I stay busy. I think that's one of the reasons.
Yeah.
I have 6 grandkids, 3 under the age of 10. So I stay busy. They keep me moving. They
Wow,
keep
you
me
have
going.
6 grandkids. That right there sounds like so much love.
Yes. Yes. I have 6 grandkids.
It's beautiful being a grandparent, isn't it?
Yes, it is. It is beautiful because my mother-in-law was telling me, she was like, she was talking to one of her friends, and she's like, oh my God, Erica is so patient
Yeah.
with her grandkids. Like, she is
Yeah.
super patient. And
Yeah, that's good. That's good. So
they keep me moving.
I was going to ask you, where do you get the patients from?
Just knowing that stress can bring on symptoms.
Yeah, yeah,
So you have to manage
yeah, and
and know
yeah,
that stress can make you sick.
yeah.
You can end up in a hospital.
I got that. I got
So
that.
when I'm not, I'm not feeling myself and I think like, things are not a good day for me,
Yeah,
I'll back up off everybody, and
yeah,
just find me a good movie and some snacks
yeah,
and I'm good.
yeah, yeah. Okay, let
But
me
yeah,
ask you this, because you're in Arizona, and I know that the heat in Arizona is
baby,
different from Ohio. So
I'm in a
how is that? How does that help? Does that help you, or
no,
how
I'm
does
in the
that?
wrong state to have MS, ain't I?
I mean, but there's two types of MS. People that is good with heat, and people is good with cold.
Well, I'm not good with either one. I need to be on Earth too, because
So
the heat, and when it's so hot, I don't even go out. I can't.
talk
120,
120. Ooh,
120.
goodness gracious, that just
Today
sounds like
is
it's
85.
kicking. Today's 85.
It's gonna be 100 degrees by Thursday.
And here at Cleveland, it's probably about 20 or 30 degrees,
And I can't even do the cold.
and you can't do the cold, so you're kind of stuck in the middle somewhere.
I'm kind of stuck in the middle. That's why I say we need to create an Earth too.
Yeah, you said Earth too. So how does MS affect your social life and your like hobbies? Do you have hobbies that you do?
A hobby, no, bowl.
Okay.
And I used to love to. But these right here,
Yeah. Yeah.
no feeling.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Completely none. I can
See,
move them. I can do can't feel
so
in
when
these
the
two
last time have you
fingers.
bowled? When the last time have you went bowling?
It's been so long, Will, and I miss it
Yeah.
so much, but ain't nothing I can do about it.
I was just thinking like maybe get a light ball. Would that help? A real light ball?
Right side too weak.
Yeah.
I couldn't
Yeah.
even, I don't think I can, with my leg,
Yeah. I got you. I got you.
I dare not to. But that's what I used to enjoy doing. But honestly, I do need to get out more. I do. But Will, it's not easy, and you know
I
why.
know. I know. I know. I know. I stay isolated myself.
And that's
I
the
do.
one thing we should not do.
We shouldn't
And
do,
that was the
but
first thing they told me not to do.
yeah,
They
isolation
told me
definitely is bad.
they told me
I'm,
stay engaged,
I mean,
with
but at the
family and
same
friends.
time, but at the same time, it's a virus out there. People sick. It's a measles outbreak down there. I mean,
In Texas. Mm-hmm.
yeah, yeah.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So I mean,
And,
I'm
and
kind of
and I
scared.
catch and I will catch every little
Yeah, right,
thing
right.
that
That's
my
what I'm
little
talking about.
munchkins have.
That's what I'm talking about. Because our immune system. Yeah,
No
exactly.
immune system. They have a
Yep,
cold, give
yep,
it 2 days.
yep.
I even caught COVID
You
from my
had COVID.
daughter
You did.
in 2022.
Mm-hmm.
I had COVID and I was in a hospital 5 days. It tore me up.
I know
I
it
was
did.
so sick.
I know it did. I
And
know it
now
did.
if I go out, I'll be wanting to put a mask on when I go to
Yeah.
certain places. I'll
But
be
at the
like,
same time, a
mm-mm.
mask, I can't breathe with a mask on. So what am I to do?
But the alternative is worse
Yeah, I'm sure it
to
is.
catch something.
Yeah, I'm
But
sure it
yeah,
is. Yeah, if you don't have that mask on, can't breathe. If you don't wear it, you really can't breathe. If
yes, it is. I catch
yeah,
everything my grandkids have. I swear I do, Will.
yep, yep, and that right there is so easy too from kids to catch
Mm-hmm.
disease from kids.
Mm-hmm.
Wow, Erica. Well, that right there is the end of our questions.
Will,
That's
that
the end of our
was
questions.
painless.
Yeah, right, right. Didn't hurt at all, did it? But I
No,
do
not
have
at
to
all.
ask you. And finally, Erica, do you have a email address where someone can comment on this episode?
Sure. Okay, they can reach me at Clark, my last name, E as in Erica, D as in Denise, 80631 at Yahoo.
At yahoo.com.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. All right. Well, thank you. I would like people to leave comments
Oh
on this
yeah, no
particular
doubt.
episode. Yes. Yes, I would, because we're from Shaker.
Raiders. Okay.
Yeah, Shaker Raiders. Yeah, yeah, yeah. So I would like everyone watching to comment, subscribe on this episode with me and Erica, and I would really appreciate it. Like I said, once again, this episode will be on all platforms on Spotify, YouTube, Instagram, Facebook, everywhere. So we can spread the word. We're trying to spread awareness.
Yes.
That's what we're trying to
Awareness.
do. We're trying to spread
Educate.
awareness. Yes, yes.
Mhm.
Educate. Yes. Thank you, Erica. Thank you for your
You're
time. I really
welcome, Will.
appreciate it. 'Cause I know your time is
Anytime, my friend.
valuable. Thank you very much. And I definitely would like you and your you and your you say your fiance
Yeah.
and your family. I would like to get everyone. Yeah, everyone.
Okay, I'm gonna get them here, and I'll let you
Okay,
know.
cool. Okay, cool. All right. Thanks again.
Love you.
It's going to be on all platforms. I love you too. And
All
you have a
right.
great day today. Okay, thank you. Bye.
You're welcome. Bye bye.